Elizabeth Warren apparently needs no nudging to get on board. The Massachusetts senator, a hero to the party's progressive wing, is reportedly planning to endorse Hillary Clinton today, while delivering a stem-winder of a speech attacking Donald Trump. The two have exchanged fierce attacks via Twitter. Now the question is whether Warren's actions will help or could they possibly hurt Hillary Clinton. Let's talk about it with Betsy Woodruff, political reporter for the Daily Beast. Danielle Halper is online editor of the Weekly Standard and author of Clinton Inc., the audacious rebuilding of a political machine. Welcome to both of you. Obviously, Betsy, endorsements are supposed to help. Is there any way in which Elizabeth Warren's endorsement of Hillary Clinton could hurt the former Secretary of State?
I think the challenge for Hillary Clinton is larger than Elizabeth Warren. The reality is she's a big boost to Clinton. That said, it's a weird point in the contest for Hillary because she's trying to simultaneously court Bernie Sanders supporters, prove to them that she's serious enough on their issues that they can have some modicum of trust in her, while at the same time actually reach out to disaffected Republicans. News broke within the last few days that the Hillary Clinton campaign actually has a site called Republicans Against Trump that they're funding. They're paying up for ads to send internet users to this website. They're trying to court this particular cohort of Republicans who don't like their party's nominee. And it's really dicey to try to simultaneously reach out to moderate Republicans and progressive Democrats. Hillary affiliating herself really closely with Elizabeth Warren might not help her reach those Republicans she wants.
Well, the most liberal elements of the Democratic Party, Daniel, are sometimes a little bit lukewarm about Hillary Clinton. Doesn't Elizabeth Warren help bring them over?
Totally, and that's exactly what she needs right now. She needs to unify her party around her. She needs to be the presumptive nominee and get all Democrats to support her, the most progressive, the most liberal. You worry about the other stuff reaching across the aisle, getting Republicans after the convention or at a later date. But for now, go strong, get the party around its center. And you can see, by the way, Donald Trump doing something similar, trying to do something similar on the Republican side, trying to get all the Republicans around him. And then from there, you go forward. But for now, Elizabeth Warren is a big boon. She should help get some of those Bernie Sanders supporters who have long been skeptical of Hillary Clinton and perhaps will remain skeptical by at least presenting a simple choice that Hillary Clinton would be better from their perspective than Donald Trump.
But by virtue of the fact, Betsy, that this endorsement is coming so late, I mean, the barn door has pretty much closed on Bernie Sanders, and now for Elizabeth Warren to come out with it and say, yeah, I endorse Hillary, it's almost like she's being dragged kicking and screaming to the endorsement.
It makes the endorsement potentially feel like a bit of an afterthought. The reality is Elizabeth Warren is vastly most influential among progressive Democratic activists, and that means that her endorsement would have carried significantly more weight, regardless of who she endorsed, if she'd made it, let's say, 5 or 6 months ago. Now that she's kind of bandwagoning, right? She's more of a lagging indicator than someone who's being a profile encouraged by, either pushing for the consolidation behind the likely nominee or going out on a limb, taking a risk and endorsing Bernie Sanders the way some of her congressional colleagues, including Tulsi Gabbard, Keith Ellison, Raul Grijalva, did. The reality is she's kind of late to the party on this, and it was a missed opportunity on her part to potentially have a much larger role in the Democratic primary process.
There is always talk, Daniel, about the two of them teaming up, about Elizabeth Warren being a vice presidential nominee for Hillary Clinton. Does that make any sense?
It makes a certain amount of sense. I think Bernie Sanders has certainly earned a right to have some sort of say on the future of this nominating process and perhaps have some sort of say on the VP candidate. Now, it's not so likely that it will be Bernie Sanders for a number of reasons, but perhaps Elizabeth Warren provides a more attractive role, a more attractive person in that place. And Elizabeth Warren has been attacking Donald Trump in a way that you would expect a VP candidate. Perhaps she's been auditioning these last couple weeks, showing her chops, showing her loyalty to Hillary Clinton, and perhaps her usefulness as well.
Yeah, the Twitter battles those two get into are pretty epic, and it's only just begun. Danielle Halper, Betsy Woodruff. Thank you.
Thank you.